Welcome back, career advancers, to the Optimized Career Solutions YouTube channel. I'm Kara Dennison. I am hopefully your favorite career coach and certified professional in human resources. I am here today to talk everything LinkedIn. If you haven't already, check out yesterday's episode of the Career Advancement Academy, where Jack and we talk everything. We're spilling all the secrets on how you can have an optimized LinkedIn profile for this year, 2024. We're giving you all of our tips, all of our secrets to make sure every single section of your LinkedIn profile is ready to go, optimized for recruiters, decision makers, hiring managers, all that good stuff. Or if you're just ready to be an industry leader on LinkedIn, now is the time to do it. But today we're supplementing that video with this video where I'm talking about taking your LinkedIn game to the next level. I'm talking about LinkedIn content. Did you know that there are 800 million users on LinkedIn? And over the next 3 years, it's predicted to have another 28 to 30 million more users on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is continually innovating. It's an indispensable tool for professionals. It's where CEOs, decision makers hang out online. And what's really interesting is that only about 2 to 3% of the users on LinkedIn are the ones that are sharing content. So it is still quite an opportunity for you, with a little bit of consistency, with a little bit of a plan, to still be seen as an industry leader online on the LinkedIn platform, because there's a very few amount of those 800 million people who are consistently showing up on the platform. And if you do, using LinkedIn's algorithm, you can truly be seen as that industry leader. So let's talk about LinkedIn's algorithm. Let's talk about how it's updated. Let's see what it is focusing on and see how we can capitalize on that to make sure that you're advancing in your career. So, as of late last year in 2023, LinkedIn really prioritizes content from creators that are consistent, right? People that are frequent interactors. So not just posting your own content, but those that are interacting with other people who are posting on LinkedIn as well. If you're on LinkedIn 4 times a week, either posting or interacting with other people who are posting, you're kind of at the top of LinkedIn's algorithm best list, right? Posts with long comments and high engagement tend to be featured more. LinkedIn is also shifting the focus away from business pages to more on personal profiles. This is enhancing employee advocacy, it's enhancing authenticity, it's enhancing your personal and authentic brand, your unique value proposition. It's everything that we have been talking about over this last year. And if you're not sure what your unique value proposition is, well, go ahead and check out videos from this last month. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about how this year you can create your unique value proposition, your personal and professional brand, and really leverage that into advancing not only your career, but your presence online, your authentic brand, and how you can be authentically you in your career and leverage that into going further. Since LinkedIn prioritizes posts from these individuals, your personal branding is key. So I highly recommend, if you have not checked out yesterday's video on how to optimize your profile and leverage your UVP that you have been building this month, make sure to check that out so that you can get each of your sections really filled up. The content that performs well on LinkedIn, there's a difference between articles and posts. Articles are long form posts, right? Or articles that look sort of like blog posts. This is going to be a way where you can showcase your expertise in long form writing. This is going to be a great way to get pushed to the front of people's view, etc. And other ways that can get viewed are posts, videos, and a diverse array of content, right? This is going to help your visibility and your engagement increase on the LinkedIn platform. There are different ways that you can post, such as carousel. Carousels are multiple photos in a row where you click through and you see the multiple photos. These are great if you have infographics, if you're sharing a number of facts in a certain type of subject, if you're sharing multiple facts on that. It is great as well if you are posting videos. Videos are highly engaging. We live in the era of TikTok and YouTube. Videos on the link posted directly on the LinkedIn platform do extremely well. Photos also do well. Photos of people tend to do well because psychologically people like to connect with faces and other people's faces. You can also do polls. Polls do well. That increases engagement because people like to give their opinions, and you can't see the comments, you can't see other people's responses to the poll until you give a response to the poll too. So polls tend to go really well too. Here's how the algorithm works when it comes to showing your post to other people. There's this thing called the golden hour, right? The golden hour. So this golden hour is basically the hour after you post. Once you create a post, that is going to signal to LinkedIn that, hey, this user is online, and it's going to kind of monitor your activity. If you are active after posting that post, article, video, whatever it is, it's going to watch to see how you engage with others on the platform. If you're active on the platform, it's almost going to favor you, and it's going to push your post out to more people. It tends to start with your first degree connection, so those people that you are directly connected to. Then as it notices your engagement, or the engagement on your post, if you're going to get some likes, some comments, etc., it will start pushing you out to more people in your network. This means second degree connections, which means the people that you're first degree connected to, their connections, and then also to your third degree connections, which means your first degree connections, their second degree connections, right? Whoever they're connected to, that's your second degree connections, and whoever they're connected to is your third degree connections. So why I'm telling you this is because you actually have the chance of reaching people that are not in your first degree connections and who may be decision makers, recruiters, hiring managers, headhunters, based on your thoughtful post. Your way of showing your thought leadership can be posted to people who might be looking for you, but you're not directly connected to, but might be connected to your network in some way. I've had clients who posted something that was okay, but because of the engagement that it got pushed out to a CEO who was looking for that tech leader specifically, reached out and ended up getting hired as a CTO. These things happen all the time. This is how your network grows. It's how your thought leadership grows. It's how you get seen as an industry leader, is by creating content and showing your unique thoughts and opinions on what's happening in your industry, what's happening in your type of roles, what's happening to you in your career, and posting those things professionally and sharing your opinions on it and getting that engagement. So let's talk about some relevant content that might fit into your personal branding, that's engaging and can help with this content strategy, right? I always like to say thought leadership articles, right? Writing and sharing in-depth articles on LinkedIn on industry trends, challenges that are happening. This showcases your expertise and it sparks meaningful conversations. For example, a marketing professional sharing insights on emerging digital marketing trends for 2024. That's a fantastic way to start showcasing you as a differentiator from your competition and showcasing that you're on top of industry trends, right? Posting regular updates, right? Posting about certifications, courses completed, conferences that you've attended, sharing takeaways about the lessons that you're learning from the certification classes that you're taking, right? This is easy content and it keeps people engaged as to what you're doing to further your career. Interactive content, like I said, polls, asking open-ended questions related to your field. This is a fantastic way to increase engagement. Polls, people love polls, but also what's really important is ending your post with a CTA, a call to action, a question at the end. This is going to drive that engagement, but also spark conversation, right? It's going to get people in the comments having that conversation, which is what you want. You want people dialoguing on your content. I also recommend personal stories, but let's keep it professional, right? This is not Facebook, this isn't Instagram, it's not TikTok, it's a professional network. But personal stories about how you advanced in your career, it's relevant, it's vulnerable, it's authentic, and it's relatable, right? And people really are going to engage with that because they're going to be able to relate to you and connect with you on a deeper level than just sharing an article, right? So sharing a personal career journey, a challenge faced, how you were able to overcome. My first time as a leader, here's a mistake I made and what I learned from it. Here's a time that I failed and what I learned from it. Here's the first time I succeeded, or the first deal I made and what I wish I had done differently, or what I did well that I have replicated throughout my career as a sales leader, right? Something like that. These are things that people struggle with throughout their career, and not a lot of people talk about it. So being vulnerable and putting yourself out there in an authentic and professional way is a good way to build those relationships, get engagement, and also get people to remember who you are, get people to remember your name, right? Industry news. There's a lot of things that are happening these days, right? You throw a global pandemic at it, and all of a sudden, everything is changing. Our economy is changing. The job market is changing. Your industry is changing. Technology is changing. How are you keeping up to date with all of these things that are changing, right? Share what is happening to you in your industry. Share your thoughts on what's happening in a very professional way. This is not a way to get inflammatory about politics or any of that other stuff, but just say, hey, with the rise of AI, here's what I'm noticing happening to the retail industry. Here are my thoughts as a 20-year industry leader in retail and where I think it's going. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment below, right? This is a way to really get engagement going and to really build you up as the leader that you are, as an example. Here's a way to also increase engagement is by joining groups that are relevant to you and to your industry and to what you're going to be sharing, right? Choose the right groups. Choose groups that align with your interests, your industry, your career goals, your networking goals. LinkedIn, again, is a professional network, so choose career-oriented groups. Look for groups that have active discussions, significant members, and start engaging and contributing in those groups, right? When people are sharing stuff that they're looking for insight on, go ahead and comment on those things. Start getting your name out there. This is one of the best things that I did when I first started out is I actually did this on Facebook in some of the groups that I was really engaged in is anytime anyone asked a career question, I was the first one giving free advice. Here's some advice, here's some advice, here's some advice. And all of a sudden I built a name for myself, and people, whenever they had a career advice, I was getting tagged left, right, and center. This is a great way to do it when it comes to whatever your specialty is. If you want to be known as the AI expert, if you want to be known as the marketing expert, if you want to be known as the SEO expert, whenever there's a comment about that in your group, you can even search the group for keywords. Start providing free value because people are ingratiated and they really love the fact that you're helping, and they're going to remember you when it comes time for needing something, needing to hire, etc. Again, this is a good way to also network too. If you see someone else that's providing value, or if you see someone that you want to network with, it's a great, safe way in a group. Hey, we have a common interest. We're in this group. We have rapport already built in. Let's go ahead and just meet offline. Do you want to have a quick Zoom coffee chat? Can you meet on this day? I would love to just pick your brain, see how we can support each other in this career. If you're looking for mentorship, if you're looking to network, looking for a job, groups is a good way to go and to supplement your content strategy. This is a good way to grow your career, your personal and professional growth. It's a good way to upskill too, because people are sharing some really, really great content in these groups. I'm going to share with you a bonus tip because this can feel very overwhelming if you don't have a content plan and you're looking at me and you're saying, I'm not a marketer. This is not what I do. I'm not a social media marketer. I have enough on my plate just doing my job, and I'm in a job search, right? That's a lot. But I gotta tell you, this is one of the best ways to help yourself out when it comes to advancing your career. So what I always recommend is creating a content calendar, right? If you are sitting here going, it's a Tuesday morning, I don't have time to go look for an article to share on LinkedIn or create a post out of my head, out of nowhere. Set yourself up a time every single month. It could be a Saturday, it could be a Friday afternoon, it could be something like that, and create a content calendar. Batch out your content. This is a great way also to use AI, right? Get on ChatGPT and say, here's who I am. I'm looking to share on LinkedIn. Give me 20 topics of things that I could write about, right? When you're doing this, this is how you plan in advance in a set amount of time so that in the day-to-day, you're minimizing your mental load, right? You're setting your future self up for success. And this is the best way to help yourself out. Not only are you able to keep your LinkedIn posts organized and consistent, you're able to help maintain visibility and engagement, and you can also align your posts with your career goals and industry events, right? So what I always recommend is take 2 hours, gather a list of 10 to 20 topics, write out a general post, right, that you would like to have for that day or for all of those posts, and then set a reminder on your phone. Like every Tuesday and Thursday, if you want to start out small, try and post 2 times a week or even just once a week, but set yourself up for success. Grab on that day when your alarm goes off, grab a post from your big batch that you've already created, throw it up on LinkedIn, add a couple hashtags. I only recommend about 3 for LinkedIn. Post, spend some time on LinkedIn engaging with some other people, and then you're done for the day, right? I always like to help myself up and say, I'm going to choose some monthly themes. So if you're on ChatGPT, here's who I am. Here's what I'm looking to do. I want to post around this theme. Give me 20 ideas, right? So that's a good way to help with that. And you can also check your LinkedIn analytics, right? Go onto your profile, check your analytics, see how well you're doing, see what posts perform and what doesn't. And after you've done this for a couple of months, you're going to be able to see what does my network really engage with and what doesn't. And you can hone in on your posts from there. What I always recommend for those who are looking to start out is remember, only about 2 to 3% of people are even posting on LinkedIn. So if this feels really overwhelming for you, keep a couple of things in mind. 1, be authentic. Just be authentic. Don't try and create posts that are like someone else's that you've seen. Try and create posts that are like what you would want to see. In order to do that, get started small. Just find a couple hours throughout your week, maybe it's Tuesdays and Thursdays or whatever, and just start engaging with people that you see on your homepage. This is going to be a great way to get started because you want to see what are the posts that I really like, what are the posts that I engage with, and start commenting and liking on the ones that you really resonate with most. This is going to be the first way, the entry baby step to get started on LinkedIn comment. You're contributing to your network, you're contributing to posts that you really like, and you're getting in the back of your mind, here are the posts that really resonate with me. That's the first step. The second step is find a time in the week to batch out 5 to 10 posts. I'm going to find some topics that really work for me. You can use AI if you want, you can use Google, whatever. Come up with a couple ideas, come up with a couple of post ideas, write them out, short and sweet. Does not have to be long, right? And then set a time for yourself every week to just do 1 to 2 posts a week. And when you post, spend a couple of minutes commenting on other people's stuff and see how you do. Try it for a month. See what happens to you in your time, in your career, and how being intentional on what you share on LinkedIn, see what it does for your network, see what it does for your engagement, see what it does for you. And keep going. Increase if you want. Engage more if you would like, connect with more people if you would like, join some groups. But I highly recommend to just try and be consistent and ramp up while you can. This is a great way to really supplement not just your job search, but your career in general, as building your network, making connections. It's only going to help you, not just in the short term, but in the long term as well. If you like this, make sure that you are subscribed to the Optimized Career Solutions YouTube channel. Send it to someone else who might be in a job search. They would love to make sure that they're doing everything they can do in order to secure their dream job. And make sure that you're subscribed to the Career Advancement Academy podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. We drop a new episode every Wednesday and a new YouTube channel video every Thursday. I hope that you have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next week.